This is quite a special product. It's the first ever IEM from Fosi Audio. Maybe you've heard of them? They make a lot of high-end but super affordable DACs and amplifiers. And this is their first attempt, their official entry in the IEM's product category. I think it's on pre-order right now. I've had this for about a month, so I suppose I'm lucky enough to be one of the first to experience this. Let's take a closer look at this Fosi Audio IM4 and see what we get. This has an open back design on it. It's kind of becoming a trend with higher end IEMs these days. I chose this silvery galaxy color. There's also a darker one available. It has their signature orange accent on it, which you'll find in almost all of their products. The aluminum casing is super lightweight. I think it's just around 7 grams. Looking at this nozzle design, I think it's replaceable. Yeah, it can be easily unscrewed like this. The remaining nozzle is probably in this case. The IEM design and this open back concept resembles the Tangent Force quite a lot, which is my current favorite. Let's see how well this holds up to my expectations. Inside this case there are 3 sets of ear tips and the extra nozzle. It seems to be in this brass color. And wow, this cable is nice. It's super lightweight without compromising material quality, if you know what I mean. Like the end tips are metal, the cable feels durable, I like it. Apparently these ear tips have some sound altering ability, like one of them can enhance the bass, deep bass, balance. I know that ear tips materials can affect sound, but the material of this appears to be the same. The core thickness varies a little bit. We'll see if it makes a difference. I like how these cables have a clear red and blue indication for the right and left side. I've said this before, these types of clear, user-friendly details are a sign of a higher-end product. Anyway, let's take a listen to these. The Fosi IM4s follow a gentle V-shaped tuning. It's quite fun. They're overall well implemented, but don't expect these to be flat or neutral. These are warm and bright, which means there's plenty of bass and good treble too. Now, out of curiosity, I tried switching between those 3 ear tip variations, and I couldn't really tell a big difference between the 3. Maybe there's a small change, but I couldn't really perceive it in real life in practical usage, which is what ultimately matters, right? So I just threw on some liquid silicone ear tips on there. It was fine. But remember, these also have a new nozzle, so let's try that one. The default black nozzle apparently reduces the top end and increases bass. It actually has too much bass for me, I didn't like it. So I swapped it with the brass colored nozzle, and yeah, that thing definitely has a better response. As they claimed, it reduces sub-bass and increases top-end response by a substantial margin, you can tell. I definitely like the brass filter a lot more than the black one. With these, the top-end clarity and that sparkle becomes really apparent, probably because of that mild open-back design. This is one of the few modular IEMs where I actually could tell the difference between these nozzles. So I guess well done, Fosi Audio. With your very first attempt, you have made something that's technically well-tuned compared to many other brands. Damn. So yeah, all things considered, I think this is a fantastic IEM, a very good first attempt. Well, Fosi Audio isn't exactly a newbie in this field. They have been around making high-end audio gear, so they know what they're doing, and it shows. I intentionally did not mention the specs of this in the beginning because these only use a single dynamic driver and still achieve such an impressive result. I have said this many times before, do not underestimate dynamic drivers. They can be amazing if you know what you're doing with your tuning. So if you're looking for some high-grade IEMs under $100, these should be on your list from now. While these may not give you some completely extraordinary sound with a wide frequency response, they sound pretty good for almost everything. Well, as long as you're okay with the relative familiarity of that gentle V-shaped tuning. I can see why they went with this type of tuning. A lot of people like this sound, so it makes sense to have this on their first ever product. I like it. I already have my Tangent Force, so I think it'll be greedy of me to keep both of these, so you can pick this up from me at a discounted price. And remember, as of now, these are on pre-order, which means they are not readily available everywhere. So if you get this from me, these will be one of the world's first units. So yeah, let me know if you want them, email me.